Do you know that to master the art of building robots, it is not necessary that only you need to understand the fundamentals of robotics, but you need to develop the other required skills apart from these robotics. Hi, my name is Vishal Jagdishan and I am a robotics experiential specialist. So today, whenever or wherever or whichever the place you go, maybe it in the terms of your business or if it is in the term of your career, right? Each and every organization or each and every aspect of your professional life requires a person who could handle or do multiple things simultaneously, right? They may not be specialist in each and every aspect in which the organization is expecting, but they may be a specialist in one particular thing, but also know the other skills which is required to make it a successful one. Similarly, in this particular robot building art also, it is not necessary that you need to work only on the fundamentals of robotics, like working with the electronics or making the robots or doing only the programming part. There are some other extracurricular activities which you need to master and which you need to learn so that you become a complete person for the organization in whichever the way you are going to represent, in the terms of a CEO or in the terms of an employee or in the terms of a student. There is a lot many aspects of that. So in this particular video, what I am going to do is that I'm going to share with you the top 6 extracurricular skills that you need to develop if you want to become a successful robotics engineer, right? So let me directly step into what are those top skills, right? So I'll just bring on my mind map. And so these are the top 6 skills which you need to master in the extracurricular skills which you need to master to become a successful robotics engineer, right? So right from drawing, photography and videography, then you have the meditations, public speaking, then you need to also know how to learn and writing. So in each and every aspect, I'm going to share you why it is important, what are the sub skills which can be developed by learning this macro skill, and what are the or how I did learn, right, or how I am learning these particular extracurricular skills in order to become a successful robotics engineer. So let me bring you on the 3 aspects of why, sub skills, and how. So when it comes to the skill of drawing, right, why you need to master the skill of drawing is that generally drawing is an illustration of an idea, right? And robotics is all about bringing your idea into reality. So whenever you speak of a robot or whenever an idea pops out of your brain, you need to know how you can bring into a design or a structure that can be sent for further processing and stuffs. So that's the main reason you need to master the skill of drawing first. And what are the sub skills that can be developed as a result of this drawing is, one is that you will master the skill of sketching techniques, and you will also come to learn some of the softwares like CorelDRAW, the Illustrator, and you will become an expert in that field also. And also you will go inside the technical drawings where you will learn something known as computer aided drawings, which is used for the manufacturing process of your robots or for designing and the printing of 3D printing stuffs. So all these areas you become a master in technical drawings as well. So drawing is the first extracurricular skill which you need to develop in order to master the skill of becoming a robotics engineer. And how I started doing all these about is, I started out with learning a tool known as Canva. I started to design my own e-flyers, my own logos, my own Photoshop edit kinds of files, my own mini crisp videos. Even if you just watching this video in my YouTube channel, the thumbnail which you are seeing here is all created because of Canva. And then I stepped into the next advanced phase of doing it in a CorelDRAW. And then the more advanced version of software as Photoshop. And finally, for the advanced 3D printing stuffs or the advanced 3D images or 3D videos kind of stuff, I learned Blender as well, right? So this is all about the skill of drawing. And the second skill which you need to master is the skill of photography and videography, right? And why you need to understand the skill of photography and videography is because of the content marketing, right? today, just creating out a product alone is not enough, right? You need to build a community or build a culture around it so that they are more following to the product you build, and they are more ready and eager to buy your product or use your service or benefit out of whatever the prosperity you're going to add in other people's life. So to do content marketing, you need to master the skill of photography and videography. Just like that, how you build a robot, and if you want to make your robot to go viral, it's very important to build your content marketing skills, right? So when it comes to learning photography and videography, what are the sub skills which can be learned are, you will learn some of the basic foundations in using your cameras and DSLRs, like the shutter speed, the ISO and aperture, and how they can be customized according to different environments and different requirements, right? Based on the photos which we are going to take, for which purpose we are going to take. So based on that, you will develop the skills of the basic photography and videography as well. And also you will get hands-on with softwares like Photoshop, right? And also the video editing softwares like Camtasia, and more advanced softwares like Adobe Premiere, right? Where you make out the movies and videos and stuffs. And how I acquired these skills, again, I used a app known as Canva, right? Canva.com, where I used to make lots and lots of photos and videos, right? And also use InShot for short, crisp 3 to 4 minutes video or 5 minutes video. And I also use X Recorder to record my mobile screens, or and some other recording softwares of my screen like Zoom. The video which you are seeing now is by using the Zoom itself, and also Photoshop for editing photos, and again Camtasia, which is a video editing software. So that's all about the photography and videography extracurricular skill. The third skill which you need to develop is the skill of meditation, right? And why you need to do meditation is that to control the quality of your mind, right? In today's world, whatever the information or lots of things which you are coming across in your life, there is so much of positivity as well as there is so much of negativity in that, right? So you need to have the control of your mind to observe which you like, right? Either it is be a positivity or either it be your negativity, whichever you wanted to attract, right? You need to have a control over it. And to control the quality of your mind, it's very essential to have a best practice of some meditations to be done. And by doing these meditations, what are the sub skills which I generally develop is, you will be having a good practice of your breathing techniques. You will also become more aware of your body and your body parts, and you will also become compassion and love towards everyone, right? And there is a lot many more things. I've just listed the top 3 things which has come to my mind, right? But there are more benefits which you can really get by mastering the skill of meditation. And the next one is how you can do that, or how I did really is that I started the habit of meditation by following a 21-day challenge. So each and every day, what I used to do is that anytime, anywhere, I used to make sure that every day I just start with 5 minutes of meditation, right? It's not like start, either it may be in the afternoon or evening or night, but some or the other way, every day I used to do a 5 minutes meditation. So this is how I started my meditation journey. And after this 21-day challenge, I went into another 21-day challenge where I increased the time limit now, right? From 5 minutes, I increased it to 10 minutes. And I'm starting to do that 10 minutes meditation every day, or whichever the time I feel convenient. And after the 21 days, again, another 21-day challenge I went. And this time, what I did was I continued with the same time, but I made a fixed time. Like, for example, I used to meditate every day morning at 6:30, right? Which is being my fixed time. And I'm into that challenge now, right? By the time I'm making this video, right? And I could really see a lot of transformation happening in itself. That is why, as an robotics engineer, I also suggest you to start meditation to have a real control of your mind. So that's all about the meditation. And then the fourth skill, extracurricular skill, which you need to develop is the public speaking skill. And when it comes to the public speaking skill, why you have to be public speaking skills is that to establish an authority. If you really want your product or your robot or any kind of an idea you wanted to sell to your community, you should really be an authority in your community, right? People should really look forward up to you to know what is the real things that are coming up from you, right? And for that, the best practice or the best method to do it is by doing public speaking, right? And what are the sub skills that can be developed because of this public speaking is that you can learn how to use your pitch, how to use your tone, you improve your vocabulary, improve your presentation skills, and also you improve your bodily movements, right? Of how you have to interact with other persons. And there is another, again, this is one skill which can teach you lot many more things in your life. And that's all the things about public speaking. And how did I master public speaking is like by participating in literature events. So literature events will generally include debates or public speaking competitions, right? And the next step I started doing is that I started speaking in front of the cameras, just like how I'm doing it now, right? So there is no one to stop me out, or if there is any comments going to be coming up there, no issues, right? Only it's like how you cannot lose 5 kilos just by joining a gym, right? You need to exercise the skill, and the best way to exercise it to start practicing speaking it in front of camera, right? And once all this is done, you can start teaching people, you can start educating people on the life lessons you have learned or the professional skills you have learned, and make them to follow the same kind of stuffs, right? So that's with how you can build this skill as well of the public speaking. And the fourth one is how to learn. A lot of people think that they actually know how to learn, but to be frank, or to be to be true to the core, most of the people don't, right? So there is some process you need to learn of how to learn. Why you have to know this process is that to increase your productivity, right? A lot of people, without having an organized format or without having an organized structure towards learning, they end up in learning something that's very irrelevant, which they were searching for. So it's very important that you need to make sure you are learning on a path which can actually increase your efficiency and thereby give you more productivity, right? So how I started, what are the sub skills you can develop because of this is that you can start defeating procrastination. Because when you start learning things, right, when you start learning things which is not relevant to your particular area of focus, then what will happen is that you will hate the learning subject, and it will finally end up in procrastinating so many more things, right? So to defeat your procrastination, the best path is to, you need to know how you to learn, right? And if you like to learn more on this topic, what I would like to request you is to go to the comment section and just type the word how to learn, right? Or type the word HTL, how to learn, right? And what I will do is that I will give you some free resources, right? Where you can go and access and start learning it on your own. Fine. And also it increases your visualization techniques, and it also increases your memory techniques, right? And how I started all this doing is that I had a right mentor to follow it, right? And I just follow the exact systems as told by him, and I never deviate from it. And even this video which you are watching now, it's a system which is told by my mentor to do, and I'm starting doing it and executing it as instructed by him, nothing else, right? So that's where you can master the extracurricular skill of how to learn. And finally, the sixth skill which you need to master is the skill of writing, right? Why you need to start writing? As the same as your drawing, to put your ideas into text. When it comes to drawing, it is putting your ideas into what do you call, illustration, and this is putting your ideas into a text format, right? And the sub skills which you can develop because of writing is, you can improve your grammar, you can improve your vocabulary, and you can even improve your note taking skills, right? And there is also a lot many more benefits in this. I'm restricting to the top 3 sub skills which can be developed because of writing. And how I did learn these writing skills is that just start practicing or start writing 200 to 300 words every day, and take it as a challenge for 21 days. And after which, start writing blog, right? At least 1 blog per week, and there should be a consistency in that, right? It's not like just 1 blog in a month, and the next month you live off something, and then another month you come back and writing. There should be a consistency in this, right? whatever the skills I have told you in the last 5 minutes and so, there should always be a consistency in learning, right? And then taking actions on that as well, right? Only then you can really become a successful robotics engineer. So these are the top skills or the top extracurricular skills which you need to develop in order to master the robotics engineering skill, right? So on short, let me recap. The number one skill which you need to develop is drawing. The second, photography and videography skills. The third one is that you need to master the art of meditating, and then public speaking. The fifth one, how to learn. And finally, the sixth one, writing skills, right? So hope you would have enjoyed this video. And if you have really found this particular video useful for you, and if you really find this video, it can be useful to anybody else, please do share this video to them, because this one video can change their entire life, right? So just forward it to them. And if you are really more interested in learning more of these stuffs and become a successful robotics engineer, what I would like to request you is to go to the chat box below or the comment section below this video, wherever you are watching it, on my YouTube or in my Facebook. Just type the word invite, which means that I'm going to share you for only these people who type invite, a special invite to my VIP Facebook community group, where I'm on a mission to create 100,000 robotics engineers through experiential learning. And I will be guiding you a step by step of how I implemented these skills and how I learned these skills and how I'm going to make you to build these skills, right? So the keyword or the buzzword is invite. Just make sure you go to the comment section and type these words. So hope it has been a great session, right? And we will see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye, take care, and all the best.